Okay, so now I'm not stopped there, because the 4 syllables is one form of Omkara. Then there is also the sixth Akara, Ukara, Makara, Nada, Bindu, and Kala. So that's the 6 aspects of Omkara. And this is the 6 aspects. These 6 aspects are the ones that you can actually hear. Okay. Kala is very low frequency, very low sound. Bindu bit more, Nada bit more. So that is how this Om, like if you remember our Sundar Ayarji who did that session for us of how to recite Omkara. So that 6 components of the Om is itself an area of study. And our Shastras actually says you need to take that 6, and it also gives us a rule as to what is the maximum number of Om Japa that you can do. That is 12,000. Shastra says you can do only 12,000 Omkara japas a day. Can anybody answer that question? It's a quiz. Why you should say do japa of 6,000, not more than, I mean, 12,000 and not more than 12,000. Any takers, please? Think about 12.
Yeah, maybe it's because if you do it properly, that's what you can do. You can't just say om like that, because that's a sort of a time thing, you know.
Okay, that's one good Sudarshan. Anything else? Pragnesh.
Because we have only 24 hours a day, so there is only similar to the Sudarsanji that you can only do certain per hour if you do it properly.
Yeah, very good, Pragnesh. If I don't have any other answers, I'll come up. I'll also give you another angle to it. You
Madhu,
can do.
Is it something to do with the nadis? The number of.
Yes, elaborate on that, Neetaji.
I can't remember the full details. It's the number of nadis, and also it depends whether you're a grahastha or ladies, how many you can chant, and whether you're.
Yeah. So the maximum that is given is 12,000. You're right, Neetaji. One is, as Sudarshan and Pragnesh said, practically in 24 hours, that is so many times you could do. Yes, correct. But the reason why you can do only so many Sudarshan is also because we got 72,000 nadis. And the Shastras say you should not do more than 72,000. Yeah. So 12 times 6, the 6 components of Om becomes important there to understand why the Shastra says that you should not do more than 12,000, plus also the practicalities of it. So that is the 6th. Then you have the 8 components. This is more interesting. Akara, Ukara, Makara, Nada, Bindu, Kala, Shanta, and Atishanta. So these are if you go to the core Vedic texts, Omkara actually has 8 components. 4 is also correct. 6 is also correct. But 8 is the deeper levels of understanding of Om. So if you come here, Akhanda, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 8. All of them are correct, but it is the upasana, the contemplation or how you worship it, that differs, but still they're more auspicious in their own rights. So that 8 components, the Shastra says, Vaishwa, Tejasa, Prajna, Turya, Atma, Antaratma, Paramatma or Paramjyoti, Jnanatma or Vasudeva. So those concepts are also there. Why Omkara has got 8 components? The 8 components of the Om actually celebrates what Veda Vyasa has said in the 2nd sutra as Janmadhyasya Yataha. He who is the creator, etc. of the world is Brahman, is what the definition. What is that 8-fold dispensation? Srishti, Sthiti, Samhara, Niyamana, Jnana, Ajnana, Bandha, Moksha. So again, the Omkara is a definition of the Supreme, Janmadhyasya Yataha, because it's got 8 components. And finally, I want to finish off with 2 other concepts here. In Gita, Krishna himself has said on many occasions that he is Omkara. I am Omkara, I am Omkara. He has said that. Yeah. So there are 2 verses that I picked up. Could I request a couple of our friends to recite this, please? Perhaps one could take 8:13 and the other one could take 17:23, please.
Yeah. Madhu?
Yeah, Neetaji, go on.
Yeah, I can do the 8:13.
Yeah.
Om Ityekaksharam Brahma Vyaharan Manusmaran Yat प्रयाति त्यजन् देहं स याति परमां गतिम्.
Thank you very much. So before we go to the next one, so clearly this word Om iti eka aksharam Brahma. Okay. And then sa yati paramam gatim. He who knows this well, prayati gives up this body and then yati param gatim. He will achieve my great abode. Paramam gatim. Yeah. Om iti eka aksharam. Who is going to recite 1723, please?
Madhu, I can go, Harish.
Please, Harish. Yeah.
Om Tat Saditi Nirdesho Brahmanastrivedah Smritaha Brahmanastena Vedamscha Yajñascha Vihitah Pura.
Thank you very much, Harish. Very well recited. So, Om Tat Sat iti Nirdeshaha. Okay, so he said, I am called Om. I'm also celebrated as Tat. I am also celebrated as Sat. Okay, so he says this very clearly. I have just picked these two verses. There are also other verses that gives indication towards that. And Katha Upanishad, Natiketa also says he initially talks about Om iti etad. He celebrates this Om, and then at one point he says Tad Vishnoho Paramam Padam. That eternal abode is the abode of Vishnu. Again, Upanishad, Yama is also saying the same thing to Nachiketa. So this Omkara is the supreme being. And from a Vaishnava philosophy perspective, this Om is Krishna, Narayana, whatever you want to call him, but that Krishna is the Om. And that is the reason why in the very first, before even we started Mandukya Upanishad, what did we say? Harihi Om. Yeah, you start Harihi Om. Om iti etad aksharam idang sarvam, etc., etc. So all mantras of the Upanishad, they start with Harihi Om and not somebody else. It always says Harihi Om. So what is the meaning of Hari? What is Hari there? We all say Hari, right? What is the meaning of Hari? Anybody wants to contribute there, please?
Harati iti harihi. He who
Thank you,
takes
Sheila. Yeah. Sorry, continue that. So please explain. Yeah.
no, he takes you away from this samsara. Harati, I mean, takes away the material, That's what I thought. I don't know. You can.
Yeah, beautiful. Absolutely right, Shilaji. Thank you very much for that. So, Harati Hiti Harihi. Harati, he who removes. Removes what? Removes ignorance. And ignorance is what is the samsara abode. So, in that sense, if he removes ignorance, then it means that he also removes your samsara. So, that is why he is called Hari. Harati Iti Harihi. Yeah, he removes your ignorance and then he removes your samsara. So when I say Harihi Om, and in Gita, Krishna has celebrated so much as I am Om. Yeah. Now in this 17th verse, 17th chapter, 23rd verse, these two becomes interesting. He said, I am Om, I am also Tat, I am also Sat. What is that? So we will look at it in the next week. What the Tat and Sat is that Krishna has mentioned in 17th chapter, 23rd verse. So that we'll take it up for next class, and I'll tell you why in the next slide. So now we are coming to the end of Mandukya Upanishad. So having said so much about Omkara Tattva and Chaturmukha Brahma, as I said, he does Brahmadrishta mantras here. And in the very last verse, he says, Omkara vidito yena samuner na itaro janaha samuner itaro janaha. Okay. He who knows the real meaning of Omkara Tattva, he is the person who is actually called the Muni. He is the real sannyasi, he is the real Muni who knows the complete understanding of Omkara. So what I think we have done over the last 3 months is, we have done some effort, and I think we have understood this Omkara in all its various aspects over the last 3 months, and we have used Mandukya Upanishad as our foundation to have these discussions about the Omkara Tattva, and using that as a tool, we have understood as to why this Omkara and the Om meditation is so important in Sanatana Dharma. HinduKnowledgeAcademy.com will celebrate Vedic culture and present its philosophies to the modern Hindu in an accessible format. Our ancient heritage is our greatest strength. Through preservation and dissemination, together let us spread positivity in the world. Thank you for listening and welcome to Hindu Knowledge Academy.